You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry, ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is our latest reaction to Game of Thrones for Season 8, Episode 2. And as always, for a Game of Thrones reaction video, I am joined by my co-host Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Hello, it's great to be back talking some Game of Thrones. It's also fun because this is this next one that we've done. Last time we did this, we were in person. We did it
Yeah.
in person. That was a fun change of pace. Episode itself wasn't the greatest, but it was the experience between that and then me getting we got our photos with Emilia
Yeah.
Clarke, and I got that really goofy Funko Pop with D&D and George R. R.
George.
Martin. A lot of memorable Game of Thrones related stuff in the last episode that we did when we reacted to the episode one when we were in Texas together.
Yeah, it was a good time. We finally got to do an in-person reaction. I think we had planned on it at a different con, and then that con didn't end up working out. So it's good.
Yeah.
We've had lots of conventions, obviously, with the pandemic and stuff that have fallen out, or this has happened, that has happened, and it's never worked out since we've started these. So it was cool to finally watch an episode together in
Yeah,
person.
because when we had met up before somewhere else, we had met up before in Chicago for a convention, but this was before we did the reactions.
Yeah, so it was a good time, but we're back. We've got the trusty notebook back since it wasn't with me in
Oh, that's
Texas.
right.
But we are back with episode 2 of season 8 after our first episode brought us to Winterfell. We had a regal march that very closely mirrored the very first regal march in episode 1 of season 1 when Robert Baratheon came up to visit Winterfell. This time, however, it was Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow arriving to procession. We even had a little kid running around climbing like Bran did back in the day. This time we also get Arya though, just like seeing everybody. I love that we got her viewpoint. She like sees John for the first time off in the distance, shook, turns, sees Gendry for the first time in years and years, is shook, turns, sees the Hound for the first time,
There was a lot of reunions in
really
last week's
shook.
episode.
Yeah. And then she gets to see dragons for the first time, something she has always wanted and hoped to see. And she finally got to experience them pretty up close. Also gives Daenerys a little boost of confidence as all these people are kind of like sneering at her. And then Drogon roars and makes his entrance. And she's like, that's right, Beaches. Don't forget,
Mm-mm-mm.
my children are here. We also see the North. Well, they are looking at poor Missandei and Grey Worm and all the rest of the non-white folks very suspiciously. So, yay. Racist Northerners. We then get the first meeting of Sansa Stark and Daenerys, which doesn't go well. Sansa
No,
doesn't
not at
like
all.
Daenerys last episode and stays that way the entirety of the time. And Tyrion assures the North that with their armies and the Lannister army that has been promised, we will be good. We will be fine. Yeah, about that Tyrion. Um,
He keeps believing his sister
as
for some
Sansa
reason.
tells him in the episode, I used to think you were the most like intelligent person in the world. But you keep believing Cersei? Well, I guess I was wrong. So
She's right.
meanwhile, Cersei has her armies, though she doesn't have her elephants that she so desperately wanted
Tragic.
last.
Tragic. Whatever will she do without her elephants?
Happy she got her golden company, and that earns Euron a spot in her bed for the time being. And one of those schemes is sending Qyburn down to hand Bronn the arrow, the crossbow that Tyrion used to kill their father, and say, go kill Tyrion and Jaime with this. So Bronn is now off to kill his friends, the Lannisters he actually likes. So
Which is ridiculous.
but one of those reunions we got was actually getting to see John and Arya reunite for the first time. John sees she still has Needle. Woo! Good times. We also get a reunion with Jorah and Samwell. Not as good of a time, though, as,
Awkward. Yeah.
they're going on until Daenerys realizes that he's a Tarly, kind of executed his father, brother, which obviously makes Samuel very upset and in turn acts somewhat rashly, though it's kind of Bran's fault that he starts acting rashly by the end of the episode. Because Bran, as Samuel's running around in like kind of hysterics, decides to be like, okay, now's the time. Go tell John actually who his actual parentage is. Thanks, Sam. Tells John that Ned Stark is not his father, and he's actually a Targaryen by blood and name, and by all laws, the rightful heir to the throne. Obviously, John is shook and doesn't know how to process this information, doesn't know what to do except say, like, he doesn't want the throne, that Daenerys is his queen, and that this is like a huge shock because his dad is the most honorable person he ever knew. So yeah, John's entire world kind of got flipped upside down at the end of that last episode. We saw just a quick moment of Theon saving Yara, and we heard that Yara is going back to the Iron Islands while Theon decides he needs to go help Winterfell in their battle. We see Tormund for just a moment with Beric Dondarrion and Ed, who is like shook that people have naturally blue eyes. But they see that the White Walkers are here. They leave another cryptic sign with this Umber boy who gives us the big jump scare of season 8,
Oh yeah,
screaming on the wall as he gets burned.
it was like a horror jump scare. I remember that now.
Yeah. And then we end the episode off with Jaime Lannister arriving in Winterfell and being greeted by the boy he pushed, presumably, or what he had hoped, to his death in the very first episode of the series. Bran just waiting out there all night for Jaime to arrive.
Well, that's what I wondered. I wondered how long he was sitting there because obviously he can see, things before they happen. So I wonder how long he was just sitting there waiting for Jamie to roll up.
So now here we are. This episode is titled A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
That
When
is
this is
true.
posted, though, if you're looking for more fantasy content for both Tyler and myself, make sure you're checking out our Wheel of Time stuff. We've both been heavily involved in both season 1 and now season 2. So check it out if you want to hear our thoughts on the Wheel of Time. We're doing those separately. So double the content. It's even better, right?
Yeah, maybe we'll come together for a season 2 character ranking because I know when you did
There's a
that
lot
character,
less of them.
well, that too, but the season I remember when you did your season 1 character ranking for Wheel of Time, I was shook by some of your placements.
Parents are like dire wolf equivalent over it.
Honestly, yeah.
He's literally a dire wolf. But enough about the Wheel of Time. We're here to talk about somebody being the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. We're not sure who yet, so let's check it out.
Oh.
When I was a child, my brother would tell me a bedtime story
Jamie's looking rough.
about the man who murdered our father, about all the things we would do to that man once we took back the Seven Kingdoms and had him in our grasp.
Yeah, this obviously is not a great meeting.
The pledge to send our army north.
Oh, well.
I don't see an army.
Yeah, where is it? Great.
I see one man with one hand.
Oh,
Oh, come
Where's
on.
your sister Lysa?
She kind of did.
Shit, Tyrion.
As well.
You idiot.
She never had any intention of sending her army north. She
No
has
shit.
Greyjoy's fleet
Oh, shit.
20,000 fresh troops.
Looks could kill.
Bought and paid for.
Tyrion, you better run.
Dead. She'll have more than enough to destroy the survivors.
We.
Oh,
I promise to fight.
We?
I intend to keep that promise. Your Grace, I know my brother.
Like you knew your sister.
You better stop. You better stop talking, Tyrion. You gonna get roasted.
Knowing full well how he'd be received.
Literally.
He attacked my father in the streets. He tried to destroy my house.
yeah, you have no love up here, James.
Yeah, looks like Tyrion is the only one vouching for you.
The things we do for love.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. You'd have to gag him like that.
Because this goes beyond loyalty.
Oh,
This is about
there you go, Brienne. He was listening to you, girl.
Good for her, I guess. Oh, never mind. She'll vouch for him. Baby.
You don't know me well, Your Grace. Is a man of honor.
Mm.
I was his captor once.
Oh, well.
You vouch for him.
I do.
Okay. At least Brienne's got you back and has some like credibility here.
You would fight beside him.
I would.
I guess we're just gonna overlook him like trying to like run at Daenerys with a giant like spear to,
Yeah, a little bit
to
odd. Did you not recognize him, Daenerys? He tried to kill you just last season.
like a week ago. 2 weeks ago.
We need every man we can get.
I forgot Jon Snow was here.
Very well.
Like, well, shit. I guess I'm outvoted.
All right, Grey Worm. I've been watching him in an interview with a vampire. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, seems very awkward. Oh, she left a completely different way.
Either you knew Cersei was lying and let me believe otherwise, or you didn't know at all, which makes you either a traitor or a fool.
I was a fool.
Not for the
Ooh.
first time. Cersei still sits on the throne. If you can't help me take it back, I'll find another hand who can.
You're getting close. You're getting close to being cooked, Tyrion.
I suspect you will be wearing this before it's all over.
All right, my friends, you've been making some very bad choices.
The fact he's still alive and has a job is surprising to me. They got poor Gendry out here in the slums.
Back to the flea bottom line.
Arya's like, you live like this?
Arya checking in on the poor.
Yeah. What the eyebrow?
Better to do.
You made my weapon yet?
Just as soon as I'm done making a
Oh, that's why she's here.
I'm checking in on your progress,
Make
sir.
one first, and make sure
Yeah,
it's
screw
strong.
these other people. Make my weapon.
It's strong enough.
Not her being like, don't give me this flimsy-ish. Neither.
It's going to be safer down in the crypt, you know.
Is it though?
Gendry.
You fought them?
Did. Some of them.
Did you? Or did you run?
Few.
I mean, he was on a boat for a while.
Enough.
Yeah, you literally ran the whole episode, remember? Because you were the fast one.
Bad.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You
I don't,
didn't
yeah, I don't
fight-
think.
I don't think you fought any of them, actually.
Well, he wasn't like John,
Maybe a
Tormund.
apprentice can do better than really bad.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I saw Gendry fight anybody.
Smell like? How do they move? How hard are they to kill?
I feel like we're having a major oversight here about the crypt being a safe
that.
place from enemies that can bring back the dead.
He's got many faces.
Oh,
I look forward to seeing this one.
Oh,
she said, "Come again, Gendry. Don't talk to me, boy.
My weapon.
Make my weapon."
right on it.
See,
all right. That's
She's
what
a
I'm talking
bitch.
about.
Don't condescend to me and tell me to go into safety. I'm pretty sure she's killed more people than you, Gendry. Let's just be honest.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I don't even know how many people Arya's killed at this point.
I mean, she literally poisoned an entire house, so that's a lot.
I'm sure this conversation will be not awkward at all.
I'm sorry for what I did to you.
So now you want to
You weren't
apologize
sorry
for
then.
your actions. Yeah.
You were protecting your family. No. I'm something else now.
Bran still has to like
You're not angry at me.
tell people about this
I'm not
stuff.
angry at anyone.
Why didn't you tell them?
You won't be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
Okay.
How do you know there is an afterwards?
Bran's like, all right, well, you even sure you're gonna live?
Bran
need
always
you to fight.
talking in cryptic circles as per usual.
We just need you to fight, Jamie. There's nothing about living.
Yes, here we are.
Look at us. Who would have thought we would be here?
Oh.
getting spit at.
How do they feel about their new queen? And she is different.
She is.
She let you live, didn't she?
Yeah, that's more than what Cersei would have done.
She let Tyrion live after he's failed her a million
Made
times,
mistake
hasn't
common
she?
to clever people. I underestimated my opponents. Maybe pregnancy had changed her.
And you believed her?
To start again.
You idiot.
Always knew exactly what she was. You loved her anyway.
Oh?
You buffoon.
Maybe after I'm dead, I'll march down to King's Landing and rip her apart.
He's already got plans for after death.
Well, you know, maybe becoming a white won't be so bad, actually.
We finally gonna like develop this romance some more, or what? This will they, won't they?
Okay, Pod.
Look at Podrick actually like looking competent with a sword. Finally.
We have never had a conversation last this long without you insulting me. Not once.
You want me to insult you?
No.
Good.
All right, the romantic tension is in the air.
We're getting that enemies to lovers payoff in season 8.
Maybe, finally. I mean, I'll take them together over him and Cersei. Speaking of lovers, potentially hopeful for him, anyways.
He's made mistakes. Serious mistakes.
Just a few big ones.
Another suggestion, if you'll allow me.
Marriage. Marriage between us. My suggestion.
Okay, we're gonna try again.
Friendship. Maybe.
Lady Sansa, I was
Did try to be nice to you in the first episode, Sansa. We're trying again.
Sansa's in like her Inquisitor suit from Star Wars.
I wish I could have that kind of faith in my advisors.
Oh.
Tyrion is a good man.
I like that Daenerys is putting on like
Never
this
anything
like
but
customer
decent.
service, like
I
friendliness
didn't ask him to
to
be my hand
Sansa.
simply because he was good. I asked him to be my hand because he was good and intelligent and ruthless when he had to be.
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
And yet I can't help but feel we're at odds with one another. Why is that?
Yeah, what's your beef, Sansa?
Now I'm here, half a world away, fighting John's war alongside him. Tell me who manipulated whom.
Yeah, I mean, like Daenerys really didn't have to do any of this stuff.
I should have thanked you. The moment you arrived.
Okay, Sansa.
That was a mistake. Who was the first?
Someone taller.
Oh.
Damn.
What happens afterwards? We defeat the dead. We destroy Cersei. What happens then?
The show ends.
What about the North?
Well.
Now we're getting into awkward territory.
My lady, Your Grace.
I already had this discussion with your brother. He bent the knee, man.
Good talk. Good talk. Yeah. Oh, Theon.
Hey.
Surprise. Yeah, someone needs to fill Daenerys in, I guess. Well,
All right.
good for them, though. I guess. If they live.
When the time comes, you'll be down in the crypts. They're the safest place to be. Through that archway right over there.
You know, they keep saying that, but I don't believe you.
John? Do you not remember what the Night King's like special ability is, sir?
I feel like I'm being gaslit by the show.
Where do you want to go?
Like, that the crypt is supposed to be safe from the undead.
A lot of people would.
Alright, you know, Lyanna Mormont 2.0. By only 2 friends. 3 friends.
My little crow. I thought we lost you. Almost.
Good for them. I still don't know how Ed was the only one that survived out of all those people back then.
Oh, he said a knight.
That's not very good.
The big woman still here?
He's got his priorities in check. We getting a love triangle now. Tormund, Brienne,
We
and
have
Jamie.
Dragonglass. He'll never expose himself.
Yes, he will. He'll come for me.
Yeah, let's just ask Bran. Hey, Bran, what are your
He's tried
ideas?
before.
Since you know
Many
everything.
times with many three-eyed ravens.
If I wanted to erase the world of men, I'd start with you.
How will we find you?
His mark is on me.
We'll put you in the crypt where it's safest.
No.
Stop saying
Throw
that.
him into the ocean before his army destroys us. I'll wait for him in the God's Hook.
You want us to use you as bait?
Like I said, this show is gaslighting me. Like, stop saying that.
I took this castle from you. Let me
How
defend
many
you.
Ironborn came with you?
Probably not very many, I imagine.
You'll be in the crypt.
Oh,
Your Grace, I have
you got benched, Tyrion.
alongside the men and women risking their lives.
There are thousands of them, and only one of you. You can't fight as well as they can, but you can think better than any of them. You're here because of your mind. If we survive, I'll
Even then, at this point, that's been kind of compromised.
We're all going to die.
Well,
but at least we die together.
Tormund's got the right idea.
Brienne said, "Oh Jesus,
we're gonna die anyway, so let's get together." Brienne.
You'll have to talk to her sometime, John."
Yeah, he's avoiding her, it seems. Yeah, let's ask the creepy guy in the corner all the questions now.
No.
If only we were trapped in a castle.
I mean, Tyrion's like, I got time. Just tell me the damn weird stories. We're finally gonna have Grey Worm and Missandei like have lines in this episode.
Hello.
Who? Not the children being racist too.
Oh, screw them then. Horrible.
I know these two hate it up here. They're like all these white people in this cold ass winter.
You want to grow old in this place?
Hell no.
Is there nothing?
Nah, it's too damn cold.
You are not peaceful. We will protect you.
How sweet. They finally have like something to do in this episode. I mean, Jesus. I feel like they've been in the background a lot, but not done anything. Oh, look, it's Ghost.
We told her yet.
He lives.
He's just off on the far left. Like comped in later on.
Biding your time. Waiting for
Yes, I'm almost like telling before, you know, a big war that's like life or death. Not really a great plan, great idea. We need to be a unified front, you know.
Save the big reveal of his lineage until afterwards.
Who would have thought? Not only Ed, but Samwell's the other.
Gilly.
Like Night's Watch recruit.
They'll be safe down in the crypt.
Stop saying that.
I wish Father were here.
I would
Well.
love to see the look on his face when he realizes his two sons are about to die defending Winterfell.
When you put it that way.
It wasn't so simple. I was sleeping with my sister, and you had one friend in the world who was sleeping with his sister.
I was speaking in relative terms. The perils of self-betterment.
Yeah. To getting shit-faced, I guess. Who needs women, right?
My lady.
It's not good either.
Thank you, my lord.
I don't think that's wise. The battle might start at any moment.
He said you better not turn up just in case they attack.
Brienne said, all right, fine, half. That's it.
Rationing out the alcohol.
You really think any of us are going
Obviously he didn't. He still gave him a full cup.
Tyrion's like, we don't listen to that.
All right. Just a bit.
Always about that business.
Tyrion's a heavy pourer.
Well, what do we have here?
So Davos, join us.
Oh, everybody's coming in. All right,
Okay.
it's a real party.
Figured I could wait to die freezing my balls off out there,
Uh-oh.
or wait to die nice and warm in here.
Oh.
It could be our last night in this world, you know.
Come on, Tormund, spit some game.
They call me Giant's Bane. Want to know why?
Oh god. Tormund doesn't have that riz. He's trying though.
Suckled me at her teat for 3 months. Thought I was a baby. That's how I got so strong. Giant's milk.
Okay. Weird story. Definitely not enticing.
We're gonna need you to have some table manners.
Jesus Christ.
Brienne is not impressed, sir.
Everyone is disgusted by you, Tormund.
Davos said, I can't put up with this bullshit. Give me the drink.
Read the room. Oh, almost forgot he was here. Kind of haven't really focused on him at all this episode. Reunited again. I was like, fuck it. Let's all just get shit-faced. it's our last night before we might die. Let's all just get plastered. Yeah, a lot of shit has happened since the last time you guys saw each other.
Like you still being alive. I didn't know that was a thing.
I fought for you, didn't I?
I would say so. You left him to die. You jerk.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's why we had a bloody wedding.
Oh, God.
Was he on your list?
For a little while.
Gotta double check.
Taurus isn't here anymore, so I hope you're not about to give us up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he seems awfully calm for somebody that, like, can actually die now.
You back 19 times just to watch you die when I chuck you over this fucking wall.
I'm not spending my final hours with you two miserable old shits.
Damn. She said, you guys are vibe killers. I'm out. Not Gendry sneaking around. Well, that's cool, I guess. Effective. Maybe.
I'm Robert Baratheon's bastard. I didn't know until she
Oh.
told me.
Finally, we're getting somewhere with this reveal.
Put leeches all over me.
Other girls? Before that in King's Landing? Or after?
Why are we getting personal up in here?
Not Arya with the 20 questions.
Yes, it was.
One.
Like,
I ought to know what it's like before that happens.
Oh.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna pick somebody out of all these people, Gendry's.
Alrighty.
I mean, I never really personally saw much of a romantic entanglement between the two of them, but
Well, here we are.
Well,
Arya said,
not?
"Look, I'm not going out a virgin."
well, I mean, of everyone that's left, I guess he's probably the
only
closest
suitable option.
Well, yeah, all the other ones are like old, boring men.
Yeah, she said, "I'm not sticking around the Hound. I'm gonna go get some right quick."
Take your own bloody pants off.
Hey. All right. Well, at least somebody's getting action tonight. It's not Tormund.
It's not Tormund. Tormund blew it. But Arya, she gets what she wants.
I feel bad because they pan right to Tormund afterwards.
Almost everyone here's fought the Starks.
Everybody's like sitting around drinking and moping, and then there's Arya, getting her back blown out.
Together.
Sir Brienne of Tarth defeated the Hound. Pardon me, Lady Brienne.
She's not a sir. You're not the knight.
Women can't be knights.
Why not?
Tradition.
Fuck tradition.
Woo!
I don't
Tormund, a feminist ally.
He's just saying whatever he can to get on Brienne's good side at this point.
But if I were, I'd knight you 10 times over.
See?
Any knight can make another knight.
All right, everybody's getting knighted tonight.
I'll prove it.
How?
Kneel, Lady Brienne.
Oh, God.
He's about to cry over there. Brienne doesn't think he's being serious, I guess. I'm kind of surprised I didn't do this like seasons ago. Like literally seasons ago.
Arise, Brienne of Tarth, a knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Woo! The name of the episode.
Brienne.
Ooh. Now let's hope you don't die tomorrow. Tormund's hype.
Yeah.
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
So
like
far, that's
7 seasons of the payoff. Brienne getting what she deserved this whole time.
probably the best part of the whole episode.
Yes.
Don't need you to remind me of that.
Oh.
Be safer in the crypt. These things will find.
Oh.
I will not hide underground. I pledge to fight for the
Lyanna said, "Screw you, Jorah. I'll do what I want."
We're done here.
Damn.
Oh.
Thank you, my lady.
Yeah. Peace out, Jorah. Bad bitches have things to do.
What have you got there? You still have a family.
Yes.
Jorah said, look, I know we talked about it last episode, but you still got a sister and a mom.
I can't really hold up now.
Jorah doesn't understand, I guess, how family trees work.
He taught me how to be a man.
Huh?
How to do what's right.
He was like the only one who believed in you, Sam, other than Jon.
This is right. I'd be honored if you take it.
Oh, we're gonna give it to Jorah? Come on, Samwell, come on.
I'll see you when it's through.
Famous last words.
Look at Jorah. See? He turned down his father's sword, and now he gets a different family sword.
I hope we win.
Which I guess is cool, I guess.
Well, yes, Samuel. If we don't win, the world ends. So...
Yeah, no pressure.
You know.
Better get some.
All of humanity's existence is on the line.
We're out of wine.
Oh no.
Okay, well then bedtime. You're right.
A tragedy worse than death.
Yeah, Tyrion's about to fling himself off right now then.
One of you.
Isn't it weird that like during all of this stuff with the Night King and his army, like I guess Bronn is just also on the way to like murder people in this building, like separately from everything going on.
In the halls of the king's
Not the singing.
Look at Pod with his pipes. Ooh, speaking of piping.
And I don't know if Arya enjoyed it based on that expression on her face.
She liked the hype. It was too much hype. It didn't live up. Ooh.
All right, good for them. One last kiss, potentially.
Here they go.
Prepare for this giant-ass battle. I feel like the nun's about to pop up down here.
Malik returns in Winterfell. Uh-oh. She's got you cornered, John. It'll look too crazy if you try to avoid her now.
Now you have to talk to her.
Lyanna Stark.
My mom.
Oh. Yeah, funny how that works. Mother.
About their love.
Yeah, let's just rip the Band-Aid off right before the giant battle that's about to happen.
Speaking of your brother Rhaegar,
Found out and Lyanna knew it. My name.
Ooh, Daenerys trying to put these pieces together in her head.
is Aegon Targaryen.
It's impossible.
I wish it were.
Hi, Auntie.
Who told you this? A secret no one in the world knew. Except your brother and your best friend.
When you put it that way.
Well, that just seemed like a nice coincidence.
It would make you the last male heir of House Targaryen.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works.
You'd have a claim to the Iron Throne.
Ooh, well.
Now there's some awkward developments in their relationship.
Not
Now
John
let's
being
go
like, woo, I'm glad to hear that bell. Let's go, girl.
Yeah, now let's go fight this giant war for civilization now that you're
Now that I
claim
just
to the
shook your
throne.
mind, girl, now that I just upended your world, we got a war to go fight together.
Yeah, now that we're lovers and also related. And I also have more of a claim to the throne than you. What a way to just like lay some info on somebody right before a horrible situation.
Right before we all might die, facing the undead.
Yeah, that's something you could have just like waited to tell if you lived. Him and those damn spears. I'm nervous for everybody.
That was episode 2, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Basically, this was our character moment episode of season 8 to get to check in with everybody before everybody's potential death.
Yeah, the last hurrah.
As we face off with the Night King. Guess we'll kind of just go a little section by section. We open the episode. Basically, Jaime's on trial.
Yeah.
Daenerys is presiding over. Apparently, she forgot that he tried to kill her very recently. She saw him. She turned and looked right at him in the episode, but she forgot his face, I guess. Because she's more mad that he killed her crazy father.
Not her. Tried to kill her.
Yeah, Sansa also was like, yeah, no, he ambushed my father, killed all my father's men, and took him hostage back in season 1. Not a fan of him either. Bran is just trolling. Bran is just full on trolling. He pipes in with that little line of love, what love will make you do, or whatever that Jaime said in episode 1.
Getting pushed out the window.
Getting pushed out the window.
That's why I was like, shut up.
But more importantly, this was the revelation. Cersei, in fact, sent no one. Jaime had to literally sneak out to come up here, and she sent no one. And Tyrion trusted his sister like a fool yet again. Brienne vouches though for Jaime and his honor, and obviously Sansa fully trusts her, so she's like, fine, we'll believe you for now. Jon's like, I trust Sansa, so I'll believe it too. We need everybody we can get. But Daenerys turns and is like, look, either you're a traitor or you're an idiot, Tyrion. I'm getting tired of these choices that you've been making as my hand.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, the fact he's still alive and has a job is kind of surprising to me.
And then Jorah comes to talk to Daenerys and vouch for Tyrion. Say, let him have another shot, girl. It's okay. And also, if I'm going to give you one more piece of advice, I think you should go talk to Sansa. Try to make peace with her. I'm seeing the tension. Let's make things nice. So she does. Again, as I said in the episode, though, she started trying to play nice with Sansa. She was real friendly when they first met until Sansa's been a bitch. But and things start off rough, but they get it going. They make jokes. They laugh at Jon being short. Until Sansa's like, so after this is all done, though, what are we gonna do about the North? Because we want to be independent, girl. And Daenerys is like, oh wait, hold up. I don't know about all that.
took an awkward turn at the very end. Yeah.
So, how did you feel about all of that opening stuff with Daenerys and Sansa, Tyrion, and Jaime?
We brought up some of it already. I think overall it was solid. I mean, Jaime as a character is just such a complicated mess at every shape and turn. But I mean, he has done some good things. That's what makes him such a interesting character, is how he is obviously had a lot of problems, a lot of faults along the way, but every now and then you get glimpses of a noble, good character with some personality flaws here and there. I mean, I was okay with him surviving just because of that. Although it was funny, it was like we mentioned, like I guess Daenerys just didn't register that him specifically was running at running at her with a spear, trying to murder her on the battlefield like a week or two ago. The thing that bothers me the most about all that stuff is I think it just seems so forced and unearned that Sansa has like this huge beef with Daenerys. Like it seems like they've not really tried to. Well, I mean, it just seems like so rushed and so forced to have these two have a conflict. It's like these two main female characters that have not really had any reason to hate each other now have a problem because they like, well, Jon Snow, Daenerys likes Jon Snow and Jon likes her back, so now Sansa doesn't like her because of that specifically. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like it's a very petty thing that Sansa hates Daenerys because Jon likes Daenerys, and like it just seems like so simple and superficial compared to all of the other problems we have going on in this show. Like you can't overlook something like that. The stuff with the North and Daenerys is gonna rule if she's if everybody survives. She's not gonna let them have the North. She wants to be the queen of the North and everyone else. But yeah, that's the part that bothers me about all of this stuff because it just seems so flat, and bland to me to have these two squabble for no reason. Like there are just so many other issues at hand. That's why does Sansa care so much about this stupid thing?
Well, then we see obviously Tormund returns with Beric Dondarrion and Samuel and Ed. They're all back. Immediately, Tormund is looking around for Brienne. As soon as he walks through the gate, he says hi to Jon, and then he's off to find Brienne. But he lets
Literally.
Jon know, hey, bruh, they're pretty much here. Like they'll be here by the morning. The Umbers are gone, and here we are. So Jon has like a nice little moment with Samuel and Ed as the three remaining like brothers of the Night's Watch that we've been following all these years.
Yeah, everybody else is gone.
They bring everybody back up, and Jon is just running around avoiding Daenerys this whole first half of the episode.
Literally, running out of frame, going anywhere else until the very end.
Then they make a game plan in this war room where Jon kind of lets them know, look, if we kill the Night King, I think they all are going to fall. So that's the plan. How we do that, I don't know. And Bran's like, hey, use me as a lure. He'll come after me. So they're going to put Bran out in the Godswood, being protected by whatever Ironborn are here with Theon because he's made it. We don't know what like Daenerys and Jon are gonna do because Jon's like, nah, we got to stay by Bran, but not too close to Bran to protect him because the Night King won't come. So I don't know what the dragons are gonna be doing, but they're there.
I feel like the Night King is as a character. I mean, we don't really know too much about him to know like what his battle plans are and like what he wants. It's all speculative.
Bran has his theory that he wants to just like create a long night and erase humankind. And how do you do that? You erase the man who can recall memory. I suppose. I guess that's Bran's ideology and theory.
I mean, I guess, but it's just that's just always been one of the things that's weird with the Night King as a character and like as an idea because he doesn't speak, so like we don't know what his like motivations are or like what he
We don't know
wants.
who he is. Like, who was that man that the children of the forest turned?
Well, he's cool. I mean, he's a cool guy. He's a cool
Looks
villain,
cool.
but I just don't understand like what he wants or his backstory. We just seems like you were saying with Bran as I guess the writers speaking, if you will, like trying to explain what he even wants and why he wants to kill Bran. It seems kind of weird to just throw that in there like right before the main battle.
Well,
I
then
should have
the
like
last
built
part
up
of the
this a little bit.
plan, last part of the plan was one that had you triggered all episode long. We hear the
So
women and the
dumb.
children and all of the non-fighters are going to go into the crypt for safety while the rest of the folks stay above land to fight. So that's
Literally
our
the dumb
plan.
literally the dumbest thing of the entire episode for me personally.
Jon, sir,
You've
we've
seen it
criticized you over the last
firsthand.
few episodes, last few seasons. Um, you're not a great strategist we've seen. But this is taking the cake, sir. You've seen firsthand. Remember back Hardhome? Do you remember Hardhome? As you were floating away, do you remember what the Night King did after he killed all those folks? Raised them from the dead. Remember how he's raised folks from the dead every time you've encountered him? He just raises them on up.
Well, that's literally what he does. Like it's his whole army is because he keeps bringing people back from the dead.
Yeah, so I don't know why John is not saying something because some of these other folks they don't know. I don't know. Does Tyrion know? I'm not sure.
Let's put all the most weak and defenseless people in one place with all of the potentially zombie people. Seems like a great idea.
Yeah, so I mean, Tyrion is going to be down there. That little girl is going to be down there. Presumably like Missandei and Sansa and all them will be down there. So I guess we'll see what happens. But
I hope they live.
What's the big plan next episode?
I don't know. I think that's ridiculous. Like personally, and it made me mad because they kept saying it. Like it was like the writers themselves were trying to like I said, gaslight me into believing it because they kept saying it over and over. Like the crypt is the safest place.
So Davos, you might have just sent that little girl to her death. I'm not sure, but we'll see, I guess.
Maybe there aren't people in the crypt.
Maybe it's like once they've been down there so long, they're just like bones and they can't be resurrected. Who knows? Who knows, I guess.
There's just dust. They can't bring back dust.
Lyanna Stark's body gonna come back to life and come for Jon. His mama's gonna try to get his ass. I don't know. We'll see.
Wouldn't that be wild? That'd be a twist.
Then we see Arya. She gives an eyebrow. I guess that's our foreshadowing of what's to come when she is looking at Gendry making her, or not her weapon, making weapons. And she's like, look, bruh, forget about all these other people's bullshit. Make my weapon already.
Yeah,
I told you to make my, and he's like, oh well, you've done some cute stuff, but this is a different animal. Maybe you should go be with the women and children. And Arya's like, B, you should move out the way. Let me show you a few moves real quick. Make my damn weapon.
She's like literally like one of the most lethal people in the show.
Like Gendry, shut up. Like you haven't killed anybody really that we've seen. What are you talking to her like that for?
Like out of all of like the characters that are left, I mean, she definitely is in at least the top 5 in body count wise. At least as far as like actually being the one that kills people.
But then she goes off. She says hi to the Hound again. She kind of insults his ass. And he's like, girl, didn't I protect you for all those years? I don't know if you remember, your ass would have died at the Red Wedding if it weren't for me. Remember that, girl? Okay, well, and she's like, oh shit, maybe you're right. Let me be quiet. And then him and Barrett get into it, and she's like, you know what? I don't got time. I'm not wasting my last moments sitting here with y'all listening to this bullshit. Let me go get the D real quick before I die. So she runs down.
So random.
It says, egg entry. We're gonna do this or what? Because I'm not trying to die without at least experiencing it once. But as you said, her face looked a little bit like all that hype for what? Like at the end of the episode. But how'd you feel about Arya this whole episode?
I mean, I like Arya. I mean, I think some of the stuff was fine. I don't really feel like her and Gendry had any sort of like romantic tension ever, really. So, I just feel like the best of a horrible situation, compared to everybody else in the show. I mean, I guess that was the best option if she was going to do it.
We had a lot of like little romance shit going on this episode. We had like Brienne playing the field. She had Jaime coming at her. She had Tormund coming at her.
Tormund was going a little bit too strong, but
we saw little Missandei and Grey Worm and their cute little moment of her wanting to go back to Narth and get out of here. And then we had Arya be the one to take it home by the end.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess like I said, it just seems very weirdly tacked on. Like I feel like that was not necessary per se, but I'm not against sex scenes or anything like that. It just seems like so random to have those two have a sex scene of all people.
Well, then you mentioned that little room. We had the storyline of basically everyone just coming together to be like, I think it's about to be our last night here on Earth, so let's just drink and commiserate together. Tyrion leading the way with the drinks.
Hopefully, all these people aren't completely like shit faced for the
I
battle.
mean, Brienne tried.
Can you imagine next episode? Everybody's like slurring, trying to swing their blades.
Poor Podrick is just shit faced and like dies immediately upon entering the battle.
Brienne be like, I told you.
I told you. But you know, this Pod had some shining moments. We see he's improved his skills on the field, and he's also got a very lovely singing voice.
I was gonna say he's become a singer now,
right?
like
Maybe
a good
he
singer.
sung. That's what he did with those prostitutes. Little did we know he sang to the prostitutes, so they didn't make him pay.
He was a Pied Piper.
Yeah, that's the pipe he laid down in those prostitutes with Tyrion way back when. But then we see Tormund
He's trying.
insane story about drinking giant's milk.
Giant's breast milk, yeah. After killing a giant. And that's why his last name
is strong, and Brienne is mortified. That was like the final nail, I think, for her. She's like, please, sir, go somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that was like the final nail as far as like potentially maybe Brienne could like soften up to him. But
he tried to recover. He was like a feminist ally after that. He tried to like work his way back. But we got it. You know, Tyrion called her Sir Brienne and was like, oh, low-key, did Tyrion really have to correct himself though after he called her Sir Brienne? And he's like, oh, my bad. You're not a sir, are you? You're a lady, Brienne. I'm like, damn, Tyrion, you couldn't have just let that one slide.
Oh, well.
But we needed a segue, I guess. The script called for a segue into actually knighting Brienne. And it's a very lovely moment. Finally, Brienne is a knight after all of these seasons. Jaime gives her knighthood. We find out that knights can knight other knights. It doesn't have to be a king. It's also, though, like, I'm pretty sure we could have gotten Daenerys to do it too. Pretty sure Daenerys would have just knighted Brienne. She's all about like clearly even in her speech to Sansa, she's like, "We're fighting against the folks that don't want women rulers." Pretty sure she would have been very happy to be like, "Oh, look at yes, a female knight."
Yeah, that's true. I guess out of all
I think Dany would have done it, but you know,
I guess it was kind of tough for anybody else to knight her because she was always on the move.
Yeah, it's true. And, you know, it's a nice little thing. Jaime, well, partially Brienne was like, is he about to like punk my ass if I go over there? Like she still has trust issues with Jaime.
Can you imagine how horrible that would be if he did all that and he just said psych?
Oh my God. I think then the audience would have been like, you know what? Actually feed him to the dragon. You know, you were right. Feed him to a dragon. We're sick of Jaime's ass. But he goes through with it, and Brienne is now the first female knight of the Seven Kingdoms. How'd you feel about Brienne's basic storyline of the episode?
In that room, I thought it was like fairly entertaining for it being such like a simple concept. You know, it's just everybody just shooting the shit in a room. You know, with it like it's their last day on Earth potentially. You know, it's the writing in general usually has not been great lately, but I mean at least. Yeah. That part they honed it in a little bit with their conversations and building up and giving us a payoff that we've been kind of expecting for so long with Brienne being knighted, which was cool. I mean, it's funny because like what I said in the reaction is like during all of this, isn't like Bronn supposed to be on the way to like murder them? Like, so is he gonna just be like in the middle of this giant war going on?
Bronn shows up and gets killed.
Well, I mean, that's why it's so funny to me. Like, is he going to be showing up in the middle of this giant like war zone to try and kill these people? And say it's just that part's funny to me.
Oh well,
good for Brienne though.
Yeah,
you know, I'm happy that she got her moment, and poor Tormund completely just fumbled immediately. You know, that was the last straw for me. You know, it was jokes before of like maybe it's a love triangle. Who's Brienne gonna choose, Jaime or Tormund? I feel like that kind of solidified it being not him.
But I did love how happy he was even after she got knighted, and then Pod, even though Brienne roasts his ass every chance she gets, he was very proud of Brienne in that moment too. Everyone was happy for her. And then we get to the second episode in a row of just horrible, horrible timing with this damn revelation about John. So last episode, it was Bran pushing Samwell into just a ridiculous time to tell John this. And now it's John. So Daenerys corners his ass after he's been dipping and dodging her the whole episode.
Which is
Even though we have
crazy.
a war literally on the forefront, and you are our two dragon riders at this point. We kind of need to talk, John, but he's like, no, awkward. Like,
It's funny though because like there's not very many places you can hide in this place, so he's obviously going the extra mile. I mean, he's literally like underground, like hiding with his statues of his parents.
Of course, he's looking at the statue of Lyanna, his mom, contemplating his entire life and his existence. And Daenerys is kind of like talking about like how weird it is, because I guess it is a weird conundrum to her, because we heard it particularly with Sir Barristan would tell her a
Long
lot
time
of
ago.
stories about how great her brother was and how kind her brother was. But obviously, this entire war was started because Rhaegar took Lyanna away from Robert Baratheon, and it was all over rape, and he was the bad guy, and so it is a weird conundrum in Daenerys's brain. Like,
It's funny. It's funny though because like that's like the other awkward reveal was when Gendry just randomly tells Arya that he's Robert Baratheon's bastard child.
Arya, I love how Arya just brushed that aside, though. She looked like, oh, really? And then she's like, actually, but listen, I have other mission in mind.
We'll deal with that problem later.
So she tells this story, and John's like, well, actually, about that. They got married and they ran off together. He didn't just like snatch her ass up and run away. And
It was consensual.
They had a son that is me.
And now we are related. You are my aunt.
Actually, you're my auntie. That brother that you're talking about, that's my father. And she's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Hold up.
Family reunion.
She's also like, wait, your brother and your best friend are the two that know about the only people in the world that know about this and told you this happen to be your brother and best friend. I'm gonna need proof, sir. Where I want the receipts, sir. And I don't know how word of mouth. I don't know Bran, and I don't know what vision he sees.
Yeah, like how would you prove that? Honestly, like I guess you just have to take the word of the all-knowing Bran.
She said, "Hold up,
his hair isn't white. Like that's kind of like their big,
I know,
their big thing.
You don't look like a Targaryen to me, sir."
At all, yeah.
As she's processing it, and it's like, wait, that also means you have a better claim to the throne than me. The bells ring, and John's like, oh, thank God, and like runs away. Wartime. Yeah, so we get that bomb dropped right as the bells ring because the White Walkers are right outside of our gates, and that is where we end the episode.
They pulled up.
How'd you feel about that whole reveal?
Very weird. I mean, we joked about it before, and including today, just very weird timing for everything. I don't feel like John even wants to be the king. Like, I feel like that's very evident. Like, it's even though Daenerys is worried about it, I really feel like John does not care. He's already bent the knee. So, figuratively. Also, like we said, weird timing. Could have said that after we, take on the existential crisis outside. Don't see what difference it makes to know that before the battle. Cool, I guess. You're going to reveal that your lover is also your aunt. I mean, that's not really like I guess John doesn't know that really, but it's kind of like a tradition for his family. Weird time to bring up that you're related. Hopefully it works out.
Kicks off. That's what's so weird is it kicks off with Bran, who's like this kind of all-knowing person. This can see all these things. We're supposed to be united, a big united front against the undead, and Bran kicks off all this division.
Yeah, it's very weird to have
battle.
Yeah, let's just throw all of this drama into everyone's story right before we're supposed to all work together to fight the big threat that we really don't have like a great grasp on what they even want other than to just kill everybody. And then Cersei, I guess, is just chilling, letting everybody just kill each other. She's upset still that she doesn't have her elephants.
So that leaves us with predictions for next episode. I mean, literally, the White Walkers arrived.
Besides that, prediction wise, I figure people are gonna be dying in that crypt. start off with the most obvious one to me. Wouldn't be shocked if immediately they roll up and he does his little hand wavy thing, and next thing you know, the people in the crypt are alive again. Hopefully, the important characters survive in that, and I guess also in the battle too. I have to imagine somebody's gonna die in this battle. It would be stupid to have every single known character survive this battle. I mean, it's happened before, but I don't know. I feel like somebody has to die in this battle. I don't know who. Maybe Jorah. I figure Jorah's. I figure Jorah's going to be the one that goes out as like the ultimate simp. I feel like if anyone's going to die, it'll probably be him and Theon. Maybe they'll come back as a zombie, like Tyrion was joking about. Maybe it won't be the last time we see these characters, even if they did die. I mean, I guess it's going to be a final showdown. I mean, Jon, like maybe Jon versus the Night King is the final. Because it seems like that's like the only. Well, I mean, Bran's not going to fight him, but Jon Snow is. Yeah, the only people that really have much of a connection to the Night King is Jon and Bran. I mean, who else? Like, nobody else. Like, nobody else has any connection really to the Night King. It's just they're bringing their baggage to everyone to fight him off. Will Cersei have anything to do with this episode? I don't think so.
Ever again?
Yeah, I guess they'll have to hopefully survive. I figure they'll mostly, if not all, survive. Even though I would hope that some of them die, just because it would be weird to have this giant battle and the important characters all live.
All right. Well, who were your faves and least faves of this episode?
Least faves. I mean, I feel like there weren't really like any like real least faves because it was just like all the characters we like. Yeah. I mean, Sansa was kind of difficult. I'll throw Sansa in there, just because she's still being very difficult with Daenerys for no reason. Yeah. So she was definitely my least favorite if I had to make like one least favorite, gun pointed in my head, pick a least favorite. It would probably be Sansa in this episode. No hate to Sansa, but yeah. Everybody else, I mean, I liked pretty much everybody else. Brienne, Daenerys, Jon, Lyanna Mormont telling off her cousin.
He said, "Don't tell me what to do, Jorah. I'm gonna be on the front lines, beach move."
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I love that character, even though they don't get too much screen time. Like, it's just awesome whenever Bella Ramsey, pops up with that character. Yeah, I mean, everybody else was pretty solid. Even Tyrion wasn't like horrible this week. He was he got getting roasted, but I mean, he didn't do anything egregiously bad.
He had a couple cute little fun lines, so we're good.
Samwell
was anything stupid.
Samwell had some cool moments. Davos, everybody was vibing. Everybody was having fun because it might be their last day.
Does Gendry have a purpose? We don't know. Does he have a purpose beyond it? Who knows? But
yeah, I wonder what would happen if Daenerys found out about that too. Was that the next reveal?
I know. It's like, are we gonna bring up the fact that you were Robert Baratheon's bastard, Gendry?
It's gonna be funny. It'll be like Daenerys is like right about to get into another war, and then it'll be like, "Hey, just so you know, Gendry."
Right as she's gearing up to get on Drogon. Hey, wait! I have one more reveal for you, girl.
Yeah, Gendry is the bastard of Robert Baratheon. Might wanna look at him funny, like you have done, Jon. Now, because I mean, technically, I would guess both of them have more of a right to the throne if Gendry cared.
All right. Well, that was our reaction to episode 2 of season 8, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are up to date on all of my latest videos, including our reactions to these final 4 episodes of the series. Also, make sure you are following and discussing with us either in the comment section down below or on social media. How did you feel about episode 2? Tyler, do you want to let everyone know where they can find you?
Yes, sir. If you search up my name on YouTube, Tyler Calvert, you'll find my channel for reviews, reactions, rankings, a bunch of stuff on there. Instagram at It's Tyler Calvert, and also Twitter/X at It's Tyler Calvert. Whichever term you're using, I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't care. Sorry, Elon. I'm still calling it Twitter.
Well, thank you all so much for your continued support. And we will see you next time. Bye. Bye.